here also some of the design guidelines available for the cascading menu. So we have to reduce the number of choices presented together for selection. Means reduce the menu breadth. Okay. When a menu specifies many alternatives, the alternatives can be grouped in a meaningful related sets on a lower level menus. Okay. Next, when a choices leads to a short fixed list of single choice properties, when there are several fixed set of related options, we need to simplify the menu. Need to avoid using for frequent and repeated commands. So the main advantages of this cascaded menu is top level menus are simplified because of some choices are hidden. The first letter mnemonics are available, as you can see here, transaction T. High level command browsing is easier because of subtopics are hidden. So the main disadvantages are access to the submenu items requires more steps, and access to the submenu items requires a change in a pointer movement directions. Okay, it stop. Again, we are going with the horizontal orientation like this. So exclusive. So these are some of the cases you are going to use in the case of cascading menus. So here also you will be having design guidelines with respect to the cascading menus. Okay. So cascade indicators will be available. Okay. So cascade indicators. Okay. Already I explained in the intent indicators. You are placing an arrow, correct? On the right point triangle, or it is like right pointed arrow. So we are separating the indicator from the choice descriptor by one space and display the indicator of the same color as the choice descriptors. Okay. So this is cascade indicators. Location, position the first choice in the cascade indicators immediately to the right of the selected choice. We have to leave the choice leading to the cascading menu highlighted. Okay, title, it is not necessary on the cascading menu. The title will be the name of the higher level, whatever the higher level you are going to use in the menu item chosen, like report here, investment report here, like this. Okay. Next, we will start with the pop-up menu. So usually the pop-up menu used to present the alternative or the choice within the context of the task. The main advantages of pop-up menu is they appear in the working areas. Okay, they do not use any window space when not displayed. No pointer movement is needed if selected by buttons. Vertical orientation is more efficient scanning, and it is more efficient for grouping also, which allows more choices to be displayed. Vertical orientation. They may be able to remain showing when used frequently. They allow to display both keyboard equivalent as well as accelerators. The main disadvantages of pop-up menus are their existence must be learned, and you should remember it. Means for selecting them must be learned as well as remembered. Okay, items are smaller than the full size buttons, which will slow down the selection time, and it will obscure the screening area, working areas. The display location may not be consistent. These are some of the disadvantages. Coming to the display guidelines, we have to talk with respect to the display location, size, title, and other guidelines to be followed for the pop-up menu. Display, usually you are going to provide for the common, frequent, and contextual actions. If a pointer is positioned on the object, like for example cut, if I am going to place my mouse pointer on the object for which it was requested, okay, we are going to put it on the thing. possessing more than one qualities, for example, text to graphics, a minimum present action common to all the object activities to be followed. So item that cannot be chosen due to the current state of application, it should not be displayed. Continue the display a pop-up until the choice is selected. Action outside the pop-up is initiated. The user will remove the pop-up. Till that, it has to continue display the pop-up. Coming to the location, position, centered and to the right of the object for which it is requested, close enough to the pointer so that the pointer can be easily moved onto the menu. If the pointer is positioned in such a manner that the pop-up would appear off screen or clipped, then as close as possible to the object, and it should appear fully on the screen. Coming to the size, you should restrict the pop-up no more than 5 to 10 choices. Preferably, we'll go with 8 or less. Coming to the title, not necessary. See, there is no title here. Not necessary on the pop-up menu. If you want to include, clearly describe the menu purpose. We should locate in the center of the position of the top. Display the uppercase and mixed case letters. Okay. Next, some other guidelines should be followed. Means to separate the pop-up from the screen background, we'll use contrasting, complementary background we can go with, or we can incorporate a solid line border around the pull downs, and we have a left align choice descriptors will be there available in the other, and we use a mixed case headline style words as to describe the choices. See, cut, we have a mixed case letters, correct? Then separate grouping with the solid line, the length of the choice, longest choice descriptors. These are some of the other guidelines to be followed for pop-up menus. And some of the examples. See, we have tier of menus also. See, you can see here. That is one more menu. It also called as push pin or detachable or roll up menu. We are going to call it as a roll up menu. Main purpose is to present the alternative or choices to the screen user that are needed infrequently at the same time. So we should follow some of the guidelines for this also. So we have taken, so something frequently selected, infrequently selected also we are going to have, and the size should be limited to 5 to 10 as usual. And we are going to use this tier of menu for rarely changing the content part. Okay, so main advantages and the disadvantages part of this is, so main thing is no space is consumed on the screen when the menu is not needed. That is advantage. When it is needed, it can remain continuously displayed. It does not require any extra step to retrieve, and it may obscure the screen working areas. That is the case. And last is the iconic. So icons, you know that. So window and all, we have icons here. See, in display, if I show, we have icons or symbols. So my piece, this PC, Microsoft Teams, Edges like that. Even in clips and all, you will be having a icon. That is called iconic display or iconic menu. So we are going to use to remind user to functions, commands, attributes, or application choices available. That time I'll go with the iconic menu. To create icons to help enhance to recognize the option selection. It is concrete and meaningful. Clearly we are representing the choices. There are some advantages and disadvantages associated with this. Picture advantages are usually picture will facilitate the memory of application, and their larger sizes increases the speed of selections. So which will consume considerably more screen area than the text. That may be the disadvantages, and it is very difficult to organize for scanning efficiency. So in order to create icon, meaningful icon, which requires a special skill, extended amount of time also. Okay. So it should be used to designate the application or special functions within the applications. So it should be meaningful and clear, and you have to enhance the it should help to enhance the recognition as well as in the option selections. So this is about iconic menu. So if they ask menu, you should write menu, pull down menu. Already we have discussed cascading menu, pop up menu, tear off menu, and iconic menu.